So we're here at Two Brother Maples with Matt Shagnon, Alan, his father, and their neighbor Sherman.
Visitor David.
He's making a special guest appearance. So we're gonna show you where our sap goes, because all we do is tap trees and make sap, and then Matt buys it from us and he makes the maple syrup product with it. So he'll give us a tour of the rundown, because it has changed since
A little bit.
I think 3 years ago I made a video. So it's changed a little bit. So wherever Matt wants to go, we'll go.
We'll just start outside with the tank.
We got Matt's truck line up down there. He just got the red one this year, his classic green one, and then our blue Pete's up here.
Check out the sap tank first. That one there's got the sap in it.
So is this?
That's all we got left for today.
So that's all they have to left to boil today. And the sap, you see that blue hose over there? That's what gets pumped into. They pump it into this tank from those trucks.
This is water coming out of the RO right now that we're saving to wash. Another tank full of water here.
Is this one flooding? Or which one was going over?
Both of them. This one in here is one. We got a new RO this year, so we need a little more water, so we put an extra tank in.
How many gallons are those tanks?
8,400 for the bigger one, 67, and this one's 9,000.
This is his big tank.
This is the one I was just running over.
You're filling your room.
Just water.
So she's full. And this is just
Permeate.
And people that don't know what permeate is.
It's the byproduct of going through the RO. We keep the sugar portion, and we get rid of the water, which we just keep to rinse the RO, wash the RO, whatever else we need it for.
And if he gets thirsty.
This tank over here is our concentrate. So that's what's coming out of the RO that we're keeping right now. We're right around 27 bricks, which is the sugar content. We had to do a power upgrade for the new RO this summer, so that was a project. Take across, we ended up with ledge, had the jackhammer out, so got it done. Haven't done any landscaping, but we're good.
Maybe they'll have grass down for next year.
Reverse osmosis machine. It's CDL, calling it Hero Intelligent. This is automated. I can program what I want for sugar content. It'll make all the adjustments it needs to keep the sugar where I want it. Right now the sap is coming in at 1.4%, and we're putting it up to 27.1 right now. On here I can see it's a 4-turbine machine, but I'm only running 3 right now. Didn't have a ton of sap and didn't really need to push it hard, so we're processing 5,667 gallons an hour right now. Our permeate is 89.5 gallons a minute. That's what we're dumping out into the tank out back, and we're keeping 5.1 gallons of concentrate. This just shows all my tank levels. My sap, my 2 permeate tanks, and concentrate tanks.
So the whole system's connected with all the height sensors.
It is, yeah. They're, instead of being ultrasonic sensor now, they're pressure sensors, so you calibrate it for a full tank and an empty tank, and it reads based on pressure. This is a 21 membrane machine. So I think my old one, I had 2 16-inch membranes, where this one doesn't have any 16s. And I had 4 8 equivalent to like a 12 membrane machine. This is a 21 membrane. So it comes in and we got these like the first 8 in parallel, which means all of them get fed raw sap. It goes through a booster pump, and then it feeds into another 4. Then another booster, another booster. So we're coming out concentrate. So the booster pumps are on the side over there if you want to sneak around.
On the other side there.
These are all of our permeate flow meters. This shows what each post is dumping out for water. And as you go higher, you get less. There's less water to get out, less flow. Whereas the initial ones have raw sap, there's more water to take out.
So it looks like it was a lot of fun to put it in this room.
It'd take a wall out, modifications, but it fit and what we had to work with.
Yeah. Over there is coming from his sugar woods.
Yeah, there's no sap running right now. Everything's froze up still from last night. We got tank sensors on everything. And then we got vacuum sensors. You can see our woods. We got one line right there that's freezing up. And one up here. Other than that,
So your goal is even when the sap freezes during the night, your air line should stay green.
yeah, you want to maintain that.
So that's a Google Maps, and you want it to stay green because as soon as it warms up and the tree starts running, the sap line's open for it to start flowing. But if it's gonna spend 6 hours trying to thaw a 1-inch line that was frozen, you lose a lot of productivity.
Yeah.
And the sensors really help isolate the problems compared to just the old turning the valve. Matt's a lot better than us at that.
Do what we can. From outside, our concentrate goes in the tank out there, and then we pump it up above.
There's
We've got a tank upstairs.
Yeah, it's too dark to show it, but there's like a little sap tank up. How many gallons is up there?
That's only like 180, 200 gallon tank. And that just gives us head pressure to feed the rig with gravity. Then it comes in, got a preheater up in the top. The sap goes through those tubes up there, and the steam heats the sap up before it actually enters the float box back here. The float box is to flow here, and it reads the level in the pan, keeps a consistent level inside.
Yep.
Here it just passes, there's three main partitions, and it just passes back and forth until we come out on the other side and we go into another float box.
How's the minerals been this year?
Our old mineral was really bad for a while. That's kind of gone away now. Now we're into the niter and the syrup pans.
Yep.
Probably 250 gallons or so, 300 gallons, and we got to change out the pan before we burn it.
Yep. How much can you push through this machine in a day?
We made a little over 700 yesterday.
Okay.
On a good boil, running 27 bricks, concentrate, we made almost 90 gallons an hour on this, which is not a lot compared to the new rigs, but this is an older one and
she's
does
paid
pretty
for.
good. Paid for.
A new rig ain't cheap. Maybe with a light. No, that don't help.
From the back, you goes into another float box, and it comes into these front pans. These are divided into two, and they come in one and down the other, switch it into the next pan.
This is where the magic happens.
Magic is in the end.
And then you go to Alan manning his post.
And his post. What's that?
Your glasses are fogging up.
Yeah.
Alan, you want to tell them what you're doing?
Making syrup.
Making syrup.
Man, a few words today.
Yeah. I'm just checking it, waiting for it to be the right heaviness, weight, setting the temperature, either up or down, make it heavier or lighter. And once it's set, once it's working good, it's not too much of anything.
It's still early in the day, so you're still setting.
It's not right yet. We're working on it.
Got a pretty good stream coming up.
Yeah.
So he sticks his little bobble in there. I'm not a sugar person, so you gotta tell him, not me.
Hydrometer.
There we go. I didn't know the right name for that.
So we're looking to float that red line just above, and
It's a little bit heavy.
a little heavy right
It
now.
wants to be just about like that.
About where we want it.
If you force it down,
We can dilute it down with a little bit of lighter syrup and get it where we want it before it goes in the barrel.
yep. And that's what Sherman's.
We mix diatomaceous earth in with it. Filter aid, we call it.
It's organic seashell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
I don't even really know what's in it, but it's diatomaceous earth. Similar stuff they use in a pool filter,
Okay.
but this is food grade. We use safflower oil for our defoamer to keep the pans from foaming over. And they have synthetic stuff. We still use organic safflower oil. We're certified organic, so you can't use the old trusty Atmos. It works great. So from there, mix the diatomaceous earth in, and then it goes over into the filter press. That just pumps it through, and these plates here are hollow, and these have like a screen with a waffle behind it.
Like a honeycomb.
Yeah. So the paper surrounds that, and then the filtering is actually done with a diatomaceous earth, so that's added in there to keep continuously layering it,
Yep.
and that's what actually filters it. So the only way out is to pass through that stuff into this plate and then out the line. We've been making some really light stuff here the past 3-4 days.
And why would that be?
I don't know if it's good freezes at night, cooler temperatures, process the sap as quick as you can.
Some people like the darker and some people like the lighter.
I care about flavor more so than color. Seems to have pretty good flavor still. We're hoping to make a little bit of darker stuff just because people like to see the darker in the bottle.
Yep.
It's on your pancakes, but you can't see it.
Still tastes good.
Yeah.
You haven't had any of these blow this year, have you?
No,
Not this year?
nothing crazy.
It builds a lot of pressure, so it can happen.
We bought a second one this year, a used one, just so when we got one plugged up, we can roll it out and clean it and continue filtering with the other one.
Yep. That way Sherman can keep rolling.
A little less stressful when it plugs up and you got syrup piling up behind you. And
You don't want to shut the rig down.
no, don't want to shut the rig down. I just want to keep it rolling.
Matt's wife just came in.
Yeah, looks like lunch is here. Yeah, so we're having a pretty good year so far. Late start compared to last year. I don't expect to make as much as we did last year, but I think we'll be all right.
How many taps, including your own and ours that you're buying and whoever else?
We're running 26,500 through here, roughly, give or take. Depending on how accurate spout count was or whatever, but between 26 and 26.5, I would say.
Yep. We give them a very large portion of that.
You do, yeah. You guys are what, 16,000?
16 and a half, something like right around that. That's how many we have. And I'm very happy selling it to you because we ain't got the time to deal with boiling.
Yeah.
Some days Matt's having nightmares because stuff don't go right. It's just like farming.
Just we got a shorter window to operate in.
You have like a month basically. If your good running is about a month, and then hit or miss some other weeks.
I figure we get between 25 and 30 boils a year is what our average is if I look back over the years.
Yep.
Sometimes it's get a couple runs and then nothing for a month or 2 weeks or whatever, but you got to be ready when the sap runs.
Yeah, as soon as sap starts, it starts, and then at the end of the year, you don't make up for it if you miss the first runs because the tree's bud and it's done.
You know, I know there's some guys that tap really early, December, January, and this year they didn't end up with a lot of sap. And I think that our holes being fresher later, being drilled later, we might be further ahead in the end. But, you know, on a short season, if they can get those early runs, they're probably better off than we are.
Yeah, so it's a hit or miss on what the right way to do it is.
Yeah. Do what you got to do to be ready for the majority of the season.
Yeah, your main season, at least here, is very...
I would say mid-late February.
Yep.
Into mid-April.
Yeah.
Early mid-April.
Last year, our last boil was April 8th.
April 8th, yeah.
Yep.
Looks like we got, I'd say, another week and a half, 2 weeks anyway.
Today's April Fool's Day, so as long as the weather's not playing games with us.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a pretty good turnout though.
Yeah. Then you could show them your wall of syrup to finish out the video.
Day one, up in the top. And this was where we were at yesterday, the end of it.
So last year or the year before, you guys had to make your table bigger.
Yeah, we added on. We may not need all that this year, but...
Don't say that. Sherman's expecting to make a third shelf.
Sure. Okay.
So you're adding another one?
Yeah, that's the first one for the day.
First one for the day. A little darker.
Usually the first barrel or two of the day is a little darker.
Yep.
This sap's been boiled once yesterday, and then we're reheating it.
Yep.
Running it through again. So usually starts out a little darker. It'll get lighter.
So every bottle you see is a barrel that they've packaged.
You can see here, this was the first one of yesterday. And
Whoa, my magnet.
throughout the day, it got lighter. And we got a little darker at the end again.
For the day.
Yeah, you can see that one's darker again. So you guys started with some real dark stuff.
And we thought that was light at the beginning. Anyway, well, thanks for coming again.
Yeah. A lot of people's been asking them where our sap goes, so I got to show them the man in the operation.
If anyone wants any syrup, feel free to give us a call or look up our website, twobrothersmaple.com.
I'll put their link in the description and everything. It's made all by these three guys right here.
My crew.